Representing Japan, Hideki Odo. Representing Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Tariq Belghayb. Representing Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Asil Al-Hawsawi. Representing Turkmenistan, Bayramigildi Safarov. Representing Iraq, Mohammed. Representing Syria, Shadi Isa. Representing Brazil, Ezekiel Kuria. Representing Uzbekistan, Yashin Bek Altir. Representing Brazil, Ailet Bintu de Souza. Representing Great Britain, Matthew Harding. Representing China, Xiaofi Go. Representing Iraq, Rasul Mohsen.
So there you have seen the field for this first event of this Fazza World Cup in Dubai, the 15th year of this competition at the Dubai Centre for Athletes of Determination. This is day 1 of 7. Men's 80 kilo decider. We have got 12 in it. That means 2 groups. That means 3 referees. We're going to find out who they are very shortly.
Who will be the referees for this session?
And there they are.
Official referees for this session are Chief Referee.
Perfectly framed as well.
From Mexico, Isaac Kraus. Left side referee representing United.
So referees
Arab Emirates,
for this
Ahmed Al-Hamdi.
final will be Isaac
Right
Kraus
side referee
of Mexico,
representing
Ahmed
Syria,
Al-Hamadi of the United Arab
Eugene
Emirates, who
Lee.
hasn't had far to travel at all,
Technical
and
controller from
Lee
Czech
Eugene
Republic,
from
Veronica
Korea. Technical
Kosovo.
controller is Veronica
The member of
Kuchtova of
jury number 1
Czechia,
from Greece,
the Czech Republic.
Iliana
Technical
Arad.
delegate is Zita Gierko from
Jury
Hungary
number 2
for the
from
entire
Kazakhstan.
competition.
Olga
So
Rukovic.
hello from Will Downing. You see we've got a
Jury
nice
number
crowd
3
here.
from Libya.
Here's the jury as well.
Fatih
Eliana Rak of
Al-Ashhab.
Greece, Olga
And
Prokopishina of
Sergei
Kazakhstan, and
Hungary,
Fatih Lashahab
Gierko.
of Libya. So it's the first of 4 World Cups this year heading into the Paralympic Games. got almost 200 here this week for the.
Is that all you got?
Today and tomorrow we're
Yeah.
going away at 3 p.m.
I only got one question, so is that all you got? You go big or stronger, you push harder. Is that all you got? You climb higher, faster. So is that all you got? You put your best and the rest in, no resting. Is that all you got? So you a victor, I only got one question. So is that all you got? Yeah, look at you now. So is that all you got? Take a look at you now. So is that all you got? Look at you now. Is that all you got? Yeah, I only got one question. So is that all you got?
Let's count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So here we go, ready
Welcome
for the
to
first event of 20 individually in the week.
WPPO
7 days, back to the full 7 days for the Fazza World Cup. It is the 13th time
The competition
that the
of men's up to 80
World
kilograms
Powerlifting World Cup has
category.
been
Now,
held here. 15 years in existence of the overall Fazza competition. Full stop.
Loaders, please load the bar to 100 kilograms. Rack high 15. For the first attempt, representing Japan, Hideki Odo.
So let's go first of all to Japan. Now we've got a great field in this as always. Most of the competitors in this have achieved. We've got lots of the reigning champions in this. And it is Hideki Odo who's first to go, the Asia Oceania bronze medalist in 2018 when that was held in Kitakyushu in Japan, which was his country's first major medal in an international championship, bronze in the Asian Games following up that a couple of weeks later. 8 times he's been at the World Championship. 6th was his best in 2010 in Kuala Lumpur. 13th last year across town in Dubai, based in Nagoya still. And his opening attempt here is going to be for 100 kilos. He's 49 now. It's Hideki Odo. And this for the first lift of the competition. Almost everybody has a major championship medal to the name. A few don't, but that's life. So going for 100 straight away. This will give him a bit of a foundation. He's also in the Legends competition as well, with his watch. Definitely worth watching out for, and that is a good lift. And as tends to be the way with him, he left himself a long time on the bench, but that was all fine. Hideki Odo is away and clear, and he gets the first mark of this men's 80 kilo final. Just as I was saying earlier, it's 3 p.m. starts local time. It's 12 midday Central European time, 11 a.m. GMT basically for the first 2 days. And then we revert to 10:30 for the remainder of the competition every single day. That's 10:30 local Dubai time, so 6:30 GMT, 7:30 Central European Time, which is Eastern African Time as well. This is a terrific,
representing Kingdom of
malleable
Saudi Arabia,
venue. This is the training area this time. I remember this room was the press room for the Para-Athletics World Championships when it was held in the Athletic Stadium next door here 5 years ago. And next door in the other direction is where the Fazza World Cup Archery is happening right now. Tariq Balgith of Saudi Arabia, he's going for 142 here. 24th of the World Championships across town in Al Habtoor, Dubai. The central Dubai, quite close to the Burj Khalifa. 24th in that World Championships. Asian Youth Games bronze in 2017. And World Junior 4th placer 5 years ago in Astana. We weren't calling it that at the time, but it's reverted back to its previous name.
One minute.
So that's for 142 for Tariq Balgith, and he's still got plenty of time left on his side. Looked
Good
solid enough,
lift.
and it is a good lift for Tariq Balgith. 142, he clears it. That's good news in this Group B.
Loaders, please load the bar to 153 kilograms, rack height 16. For the first
So we've got the reigning Asian Games, Asia Oceania, European, African Open champions all in this, plus quite a few former champions as well. Azil Al-Hazawi of Saudi Arabia going for 153. He was the IWAS junior silver medalist in 2014. World Ability Sport Games, that is now. He was in the last Fazza World Cup in December 2022. It was Christmas week, you might remember. The last day was the same day as the Football World Cup final cross-channel. 7th in the Asia Oceania Championships in Pyeongtaek 18 months ago. I wasn't at the World Championships last year, though. Ali Al-Yami has been his coach for quite a few years. And a reminder, as always, that's not necessarily the person who's on stage with them. Sometimes it's a spotter, etc., etc., and sometimes it's exactly who it's meant to be.
1 minute.
We've still got a lot of time on his side. He's punched through in that well for 153, Azil Al-Hazawi, and that too is a good lift. It's been a superb start to the competition. They've all pitched in very well. They've all pitched themselves very well. And nothing for any of these competitors to worry about so far.
60 kilograms, rack high 14.
Obviously, all of the reigning champions that we have and
For
the
first attempt,
previous
representing
champions,
Iraq,
they are all
Mohammed
coming up
Mohammed.
in Group A. 6 in each group, so we are going to fizz through this very quickly. And now for Iraq, Mohammed Mohammed. West Asian Games silver medalist in 2017. We've had the West Asian Games actually in the past few weeks in Sharjah. We'll make reference to those a little later. You go back to 2004 and Athens. He was 4th there in the Paralympic Games, 9th in Beijing in 08. Those have been his most recent Paralympic Games. So obviously there's been teammate of his who's been lifting heavier, 1 per country allowed obviously in the Paralympic Games, and that's it. That's strong in terms of the World Cup and the Asian competitions. And going fair for 160, Mohammed Mohammed. Still got half a minute, so that's all fine from his point of view. And he's been looking to pitch this one in well also for 160. And Mohammed Mohammed clears it. It was originally looking at 170, but has aimed a little bit lower, and that was a good choice for Mohammed Mohammed. 160. And that has him in a very good position. Mohammed Mohammed, that was. So good they named him twice. Decent lift. All very, very positive. No major pressure with this, and obviously looking the men who are lifting heavier in this Group B to try and push up among those in Group A. And also there's the total lift as well. And the Legends category, Mohammed Mohammed is in that, and he leads it now, but he might be knocked down with the very next lift, which is going to come from Bayram Geldi, Saparov of Turkmenistan. He's aiming here for 165. So we saw him in the World Championships across town, where he finished 14th last August. He's finished 7th in the Asian Games in 2014, 8th last year in Hangzhou. And obviously on top of all this, everybody aiming to try and qualify for the Paralympic Games, push themselves further up the standings, the order.
1 minute.
So 165.
Good.
Strong lift in, and we have had a clean bill of health all the way through so far. Absolutely spectacular.
5 kilograms, rack high 15.
Very impressive. Not much more we can say about that right now. They have all got it spot on. And Saparov clearing the field for now. Long way to go yet.
For the first attempt, representing Syria, Shadi Isa.
And to round off the opening round of lifts for Syria, it is Shadi Isa of Syria going here for 175. West Asian Games champion in 2017, silver in 2019, fourth in the World Championships last year. He came close. Lifted 181. Was the best of the rest. Helped actually by 4 competitors not making a mark. Well, certainly there were 2 attempts
1 minute.
that were heavier than him. Actually, Brian Gustin started at 180 and stuck at it and didn't get any of them. And Issa took 4th spot with 181, and he was 4th in terms of the total lift as well. Asian Games bronze 2014 in Incheon. 175. This to complete the set. That is a good lift. It's 2-1 in his favour. And the one against was for the press sequence.
Loaders, please
Came
load
from
the
our
bar
right-hand
to
side
110
referee.
kilograms, rack high 15.
Machada Isak clears it. And all 6 lifts in this opening round have been good. Well, this is the angle where the press wouldn't have looked right. Our right side referee, this is the right side view for Shadi Issa. It's interesting that he's
For the
actually tilted
second
himself at
attempt, representing
175,
Japan,
which is the 7th heaviest opening
Hideki
round attempt.
Oto.
But he got it clear, he got it up, and that'll do. And yeah, nice crowd for this. We had the World Cup here barely 14 months ago, but it's back in its normal slot in the schedule. We had the athletics here last week at the stadium alongside 6 sports every year. Normally one after the other, not usually round the same time, but the archery's happening now, as we were saying. So Hideki Oko returns, and having been successful in the opening round, he's looking to add 10 kilos onto this. $110 is what he's aiming for.
1 minute.
Lifetime best is way beyond this, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Second lift going for 110.
No
It's
lift.
no lift, it's 2 and against, and for different reasons. It's the stop sequence for our center referee and the press for a right side referee. That is the first miss of the competition that goes against Hideki Oko. No joy on that, so by the looks of it, a few things have gone wrong there.
Loaders, please load the bar to 145 kilograms, rack high 18.
Stays at 100, causes problems for him in terms of the total lift overall and in the Legends competition. Let's take a look at the body sequence there then. Shuffling around earlier, but that's, you know, see if there's much movement there. Obviously there's different things that can go under in the body sequence.
For the second attempt, representing Kingdom of Saudi
And
Arabia.
the press on the right from that angle
Tariq
is what he was
Belghai.
voted down for as well. Actually, it was It's the stop sequence. That's our centre referee voted him down for. So anyway, misses out. Balgith, 145. He's adding 3 onto his tally. Quite a few. It is the first competition of the year, but we have, in the past couple of months, had the Asian Para Games in Hangzhou, the Pan Ams in Santiago. The Asian Para Games have been on, the West Asian Games. So for some nations, it's still been a reasonably busy schedule, and obviously lots of national championships as well. Tariq Balgith going for Saudi Arabia here, the former Asian Youth Games champion in 2017. 4th in the World Juniors in 2019 in Astana, and 24th in the Worlds last year. He's still got just a fraction under a minute. There's nothing to be too worried about just yet. Give it time though. Pressing through, 20 seconds to go, and that is a good lift. So Tariq Balgith makes that work well. Total lift as well, don't forget, is a live prospect these days, and he's helped himself a lot. Total lift of 287, 145, stays in 5th.
Rack high 16.
Nice solid lift. Nothing to trouble him. He'd let the clock wind down a little bit. He was almost going to go, probably by his standards, very, very early. Took his time, got it right. Got the lift on the board. Azil Al-Hazawi next for Saudi Arabia. This is a lift of 8 kilos going up to 161. $157 says lifetime best. That could change here and now. Seventh in the Asia Oceania Championships in Pyeongtaek 18 months ago. Didn't qualify for the Asian Games. It's obviously a very high bar for that. And this would move him up into 3rd right now in Group B, above Muhammad, who is still to come. Struggled with that one a bit more. It wasn't as such an easy lift, but it was a good lift. 161 to go into 3rd spot. He leads in terms of the total lift, which is a fabulous boost for him. And that is a lifetime best.
Loaders, please load the bar to 166 kilograms. Rack high 14.
A very strong effort. Gave that a really, really good push.
For the second attempt, representing Iraq, Mohammed.
So Mohammed coming next. 166 is target here, having lifted 160 last time for Iraq. Four times he's finished in the top 5 at a major championship without getting over the top, without getting on the podium. 5th in the African Open Championships in Cairo, October 2022. They didn't compete in the Asia Oceania Championships, did Iraq. West Asian Games, silver 2017. Taner Galim has been his coach for quite a few years. This for 166. This would put him into 2nd overall for now. He would go into the lead in the Legends competition and also go in front in terms of the total lift. Well, he's got it raised, Mohammed.
No lift.
But it's no lift, the press sequence from the two side referees. The angle that we're watching from is just behind the left side referee. He's kind of signaling maybe that they might want to put a challenge in.
Please load the bar to 170 kilograms. Rack high. 14.
Now I have to say, I've got the angle right behind the left side referee. I didn't think it looked the most controlled. This is the view from behind the right hand side referee. Behind Lee. Eugene.
For the second attempt, representing
That's on the press.
Gildi Saparov.
That's only the second miss of the entire competition so far. As on we go. Geldi Saparov. This to add 5 to his previous effort. He would not overtake Shada Issa. He'd stay in 2nd position. But he would take the lead in the total lift. And actually he is leading in the Legends competition anyway, and in the total lift in the Legends.
Good.
And even more so now, because he's the only one so far in the Legends age category to get both the lifts in.
180 kilograms. Rack high. 15.
A strong lift by Saparov of 170. Total lift so far of 335. It's impressive going.
For the second attempt, representing Syria, Shadi
And back to
Issa.
Shadi Issa again of Syria. So he's going here for 180. Asian Games bronze 2014, 4th in the last World Championships. In terms of weight, he was a bit off the pace. 5th in the Asian Games when they were held in Hangzhou. .190 is his lifetime best. him in a strong position. This for 180, he's taken it steadily. He still had a nice amount of time in the clock. And that is quality stuff. That's a good lift. It's 2-1 in his favour. The vote down was actually for the body position, but he leads by a good bit, Shadi Issa. It's a little bit odd to see him actually end up in Group B, especially in something like a World Cup with a smaller field than we usually would have, although in saying that, this event has had really huge fields on occasion in the past. Shadi Issa, 180 and well clearing the total lift right now.
For the third and final attempt, representing Japan, Hideki Odo.
So we go into the final round of lifts then, this being Group B. Loads of champions, reigning champions coming up in Group A. And Hideki Odo of Japan. This for 120, it will keep him in 6th spot. If he gets this, he goes second in terms of the total lift in the Legends competition. And there are no Legends lifters who are coming in Group A.
1 minute.
This, having missed at 110 in the previous round, this for 120, so he's kept on his path throughout, 10 kilos added on each time. Go 20 beyond. Again, he's run the clock down, 7 seconds remaining. Look to have that under complete control.
No lift.
But it's no lift, it's all 3 against, and it's all on the press. And he's done his usual thing of lasting a long time on the bench. It's what he's most comfortable with. I know there's a few who'd be fretting about the clock. But Hideki Odo getting the first lift at 100 has missed out the other 2.
Loaders. Please
And the last
load the
4
bar to 100 for
Asia
50
Oceania
kilograms.
or Asian
Front high
championships as there were beforehand. He's been in contention for a medal all the way through. Fourth in 2014 in the Asian Games in Incheon, and then in Jakarta 4 years later got the bronze. So they all voted him down in the press.
For
Wasn't
the
getting
third
the
and final attempt, representing Kingdom of
sufficient
Saudi
lockout.
Arabia, Tariq Belghait.
trouble in keeping it on an even keel. Tariq Belghait for Saudi Arabia. Now he's had a good competition, 142 and 145, so this for 148, leaps of 3 each time. They'll keep him on the straight and narrow. Now he will remain in 5th spot, but in terms of the total lift, this would put him in front, and he would be the first to get all 3 of his lifts in. Massive field for this week of action. They put it back to a week as what it normally is. So we'll stay where he is in terms of the field, but this to get all the lifts in. This is probably much more of an importance than placement right now. He's already broken his lifetime best twice today. It was 141 coming into it. 142, 145, that for 148, but he knew straight away that that was not going to go his way. It was the stop sequence from all 3, and 2 of the referees also voting him down on the press. So he doesn't get, but he does secure 2 lifetime bests today, and so we always say, what more can be asked?
155 kilograms, rack height 16.
It's a decent improvement, but he does miss out in terms of the total lift. He'll stay down the pecking order in that, and it was a real struggle to get that through. A lot of the Group A competitors are
for the 3rd and final
ready
attempt,
to roll.
representing Kingdom
Good for
of
China,
Saudi
Matt
Arabia,
Harding.
Asil Al-Hawsawi.
Alton Bento de Souza for Brazil. All ready to come out. Coming in now for Saudi Arabia, Asil Al-Hawsawi. So he's got his first 2 lifts in, 153 and 161, and trying to do what Tarek Balgath couldn't do and get all of the lifts in. So this for 165 and for another lifetime best. And this to take a considerable lead in terms of the total lift. He stays 3rd in the main competition though for best lift. That's where the champions have always been crowned and still are, with the additional
1 minute.
medals for total lift and for the Legends competition where necessary for next gen and so on. He's struggling with that, I'm afraid. That's not going to get completed. Well, he's broken his lifetime best once today, and that was 4 kilos too many, but he's put in a really, really good show. And while you don't know if you don't try, don't ask, you don't get. He asked, and okay, he didn't get in the end, but at least he's got the 1 lifetime best in the middle of 161. That was his first miss at 165. Just going to stay in 3rd spot anyway.
For the 3rd and final attempt, representing Iraq, Mohammed.
And a reminder, if you end up landing on the same mark that somebody's already there, that is theirs. If you reach a mark first, that is yours. Anybody matches it, they go into the position below you. This is the change introduced last year. So Mohammed for Iraq. 3 to go in Group B. This for 168, and he would leap up into third spot above Azil Alazawi. He's still got a nice amount of time on his side anyway. And what about the lift? West Asian Games silver previously.
1 minute.
Well, he's got it raised. And definitely his supporters in the crowd like it. Two of the referees don't. They've voted him down in the stop sequence. The two side referees have voted him down, so they would know. They would see the centre referee. Obviously would have that view slightly constrained. So worth watching the stop sequence here. Yeah, that's a passing brush. Just needed to be more than that. Mohammed, by the way, having missed in the previous attempt, had gone up by 2 kilos. Behram Galdi Saparov of Turkmenistan. He's got his 2 lifts so far. Can he be the first to get all 3 in? Ashgabat stage in the Asian Indoor Games. The last edition of them, most recent edition held in 2017. The current edition is actually, I think it started yesterday. It's due to be anyway. It got bumped on the calendar 3 years. $175 for Saparov. Now he's raised that slowly.
Good.
That is a good lift, 2-1 in his favour. The 1 vote against from the left side referee for the press sequence, which is, as I say, it's the angle that I have, and I can see why he was voted down by the 1. But from this angle, it'll be fine. Just rocking a bit, but he got her. And he leads by a considerable amount in the total lift as well. That can change with this effort from Shadi Issa of Syria, who's adding 1 kilo to his previous mark. Saparov, by the way, wasn't lifting there to overtake Issa in the standings, but Saparov does have the lead in the total lift. Saparov has also won the Legends competition now, with Mohammed second, Hideki Odo in third, and that is the same order 1, 2, 3 in the total Legends lift as well. So Shadi Issa 42 down. Western Asian Games champion in 2017. This is where he is in terms of the race to Paris. Holding on in 8th spot right now. 181 won't improve that today. Altiev, by the way, who was in 9th place and just off that target, he is in Group A. We'll see him in a few minutes. That table you just saw might be about to change rapidly in the next 30 minutes. Stand by. That's not getting far, I'm afraid, for Shadi Issa, though. So he misses 181. He finishes on 180. And he is the leader going into Group A. But obviously there was a reason why he went for just 1 kilo extra. Wasn't feeling it today. And so it is only Behram Geldi Saparov who gets all 3 of the lifts in. So that is Group A. Set to begin. Group B is done. And there's quite a bit of congestion coming in Group A because we've got 3 athletes who at the moment are going to aim for the same tally. The view behind the curtain. And there's a nice piece of greenery, nice field, which is literally to the right of where we are. So it's actually the right of your picture there. That's where the archery is happening this week. They were all arriving at the same time. There's one actual slight advantage to the later start time here because it means you didn't have to get up in Britain at 6:30 to watch this man, although, to be honest with you, you might not have known that the start time had changed for today, so you might have got up anyway. Sorry about that. It's Matt Harding on the way for Great Britain.
For the first attempt, representing Great Britain,
The European champion
Matthew Harding.
in Tbilisi 2 years ago, 4th in the World Championships. He was close to it, considering he finished 16th in the previous Worlds in Tbilisi in 2021. He did brilliantly across town in Dubai last August. So, he's the first of the 3 to go for 186. Still morning time in the world, only for about quarter of an hour. 6 in the Commonwealth Games, bronze in the World Cup in Tbilisi last year. And the national head coach, Tom Whittaker, with him. Well, he's had a bit of a tour. Now he can do the lift. To take the lead. He's come on brilliantly, really fast. Here he comes.
Good.
That's a good lift. 3 out of 3, 3 white lights. Matt Harding in front. Well, that certainly sets things up brilliantly for this Group A.
Please load the bar to 186 kilograms. Rack height.
Originally was looking at 196, but took 10 off and did a really good show in this. Obviously, it doesn't have to travel as far for him.
For the first attempt.
Strong lift made it happen in front. Now there's 2 more to go at 186. And also Alton Bento de Souza is going to go at 187 as well. So we've got 4 men who are lifting. Basically in the battle, they're pitching themselves towards the bronze medal. Actually, this could be quite an exciting competition. We've got 2 more who are aiming themselves much higher than that. And we're talking here about the last 2 Asian champions. Ezekiel Correa for Brazil. The former Americas and Pan Am champion, the Americas gold in Bogota in 2018. Pan Am gold in Lima the following year. It was bronze for him in Santiago a couple of months ago, and silver in the Americas Championship in St. Louis in 2022. So this for 186, and he gets it. He goes into second position because Matt Harding is already on 186. But he's pitched his tent there, and he has put himself in a position where he can compete here. Good effective lift, good and clean.
For the first attempt, representing Uzbekistan, Yashinbek Altiev.
So now, Yashinbek Altiev of Uzbekistan, who is 9th in the race to Paris right now, with the top 8 heaviest lifters automatically qualifying for Paris. So this to join Correa and Harding, and he would go into third position. He'd be the third to hit 186. In the old days, it would have gone under body weight, whoever the lightest body weight, and that, in this case, would be Matt Harding. So this is where Altiev is. 190 is what he's trying to do. Issa not hitting 190 today, not extending it. The top 8 by the end of the qualifications around June. We will see them in Paris. And we will see them in Paris in terms of TV, which is always welcome. So Altiev aiming for 186. Got the lift in.
Good.
And that's a good lift. It's 2-1 in his favour. Just voted down in the stop sequence on the centre referee. But he's fine, 186. And he goes into third position.
187 kilograms.
Harding, Correa, Altiev all clearing. Good quality lift by the man who finished 4th in the Asia Oceania Championships in Pyeongtaek 18 months ago. I can see actually how he was voted down in the stop sequence as well. But just by 1. So next up for Brazil, Ailton Bento de Souza. They have a big coaching team here as well. Everton Santos here, Carlos Williams as well. So Ailton Bento de Souza, the Pan Am and America's champion. Gold in St. Louis 2 years ago, and then gold in Santiago at the Pan Ams, and it was very well attended. His medals in the last 4 America's events, be it the Pan Ams or the Americas. And 3 white lights from here, 187, and Ailton Bento de Souza takes the lead. That's a superb lift by Ailton. 189 is lifetime best, and he's not far off that at all. Impressive strong lift. And he's got more to come. A lot of them are tilting very close to the lifetime best as it stands. So this is a completely different battle coming now, because we have the last 2 Asian champions who are going for the gold in here. Rasul Mohsin 225 Gu Xiaofei comes next, 227. Mohsen, who did not compete, as Iraq did not compete in Pyeongtaek in Korea in the summer of 2022, the Northern Hemisphere summer of 2022. He did pop up in Cairo later in that year to be the Africa Open champion. 2014 Asian Games champion, the Asia Oceania champion, 2015, 2018. Carried his country's flag in the parade, the opening ceremony in 2016. Now, has he kept that straight enough on the way up for 225? He has. It's 2-1 in his favor. That is a considerable lead. It is a considerable fight for the gold. Now, how high can these men go? 235 is his lifetime best. And obviously, we're talking in terms of Asian titles, because that's what he has had, but World Championship bronze last year. Behind Gu, who took the silver.
For the first attempt, representing China, Exaku Gu.
And Rehala Rastami of Iran took the gold. Rastami's in the 88 kilo category, so we'll see him later on in the week. Gu Xiaofei coming here for 227. He is the reigning Asia Oceania and Asian Games champion, the 2021 world champion. Silver behind Rastami last year, across town in Dubai in Al Habtoor City. The 2014 world champion as well. 3-time Asian Games champion, 3-time Asia Oceania champion. Silvers in the last 3 Paralympic Games. This is where he is in terms of the race to Paris. He is winning it. And if he gets this, he'll be winning this race in Dubai as well. At the end of the opening round, Gu 227.
Good.
It's a good lift. He takes the lead and does it by 2 kilos. He was originally looking at 221, but added 6 onto it, and he was good for it today.
188 kilograms. Rack height.
And that was a very fine, firm, effective lift. You've seen his best already in screen. And Gu Xiaofei is looking very, very good for it.
For the second attempt, representing Brazil.
So everybody lifting accurately in that opening round. We go into round 2. And all of those in Group B have already been overtaken by the 6 in Group A. So Correa and Altieff are going for 188, Harding and Ailton Bento for 191. Well positioned. Correa having equaled his lifetime best in the previous round. This to break it, 188 for Brazil, and he's done it. 2-1 in his favor, and he has a lifetime best, and he's only 2 kilos off in terms of the race to Paris now. It is a magnificent lift. And his on-stage coach has nipped away very quickly to get the next mark in, but this was 188 for a new lifetime best, and how impressive it was too. There's a lot to like about that. Yashinbek Altiev broke his lifetime best with his first attempt by 1 kilo. 186, this for 188, and again to match Ezekiel Correa, and not to overtake for now. Doesn't need to worry about that until the last round. We'll have to overtake by 1. So this to put Altiev, who's currently actually now in 6th position. It would rise him to 4th. Correa would stay 3rd with his 188, and would be Altiev's 2nd lifetime best of the day. The 4th placer in the Asia Oceania Championships. His personal coach has been rural Jasim Betov. They have a good coaching team as always, as they tend to from event to event. That's no lift. All against him on the stop and the press. So he might have gone a bit too far. That was the heaviest attempt in competition that he has had. Oh, he didn't come close to the chest. That was never going to be given. He just pulled out of the down sequence way too early. First miss of Group A. Matt Harding. So he's coming now for 191. His lifetime best, 188. So this is a serious attempt. And 191. Quite deliberate, I think, if you look at that. Aiming to go 8th above Isa of Syria in the race to Paris. There are also 2 wildcards that would be added. That's down to level of performance. Harding here. Aiming for a lot. Aiming for the bronze medal position here, but also to get 8th in the race to Paris for a new lifetime best. And this all with his 2nd attempt and 1 more to come. They've done a great job in getting so many new lifters into their team. They have a big team these days. Quite a lot of that group, meaning, as we said before, has come from other sports. He was a swimmer, still holds a few British records. And this to set a new personal one, 191, Matt Harding. Now he's got the lift done. And that is 3 white lights, and Harding has a new lifetime best, and he goes 3rd. And he does go into 8th position at the moment in qualifying for the Paralympic Games in Paris.
1 kilogram, right high, 15.
He'll look to go higher. He got that raised very well. And for a lifetime best lift, nothing precarious about that at all. Ailton Bento de Souza also looking to lift 191, and likewise this would be a lifetime best by 2. Harding's was a lifetime best by 3.
Representing Brazil, Ailton Bento de Souza.
I think he's ready now. Silver in the last 2 America's Championships in Bogota and St. Louis. Bronze in the Pan Ams in Lima in 2019. But gold in Santiago at the end of last year. It was great to see very big crowds. This for him to leap up to 191, and Issa would miss a spot as well.
1 minute.
So here he comes, Elton Bento de Souza. That's too high. In that attempt for a lifetime best, he'll get one more go at it. But he doesn't get it this time. Stays at 187, has him in 5th spot. And now we are beginning to see a few casualties in the battle for the medals. Harding 3rd, Ezekiel Correa in 4th, Elton Bento in 5th, and Altiev 6th. And now divided by 5 kilos. But unable to complete the lift. Just got stuck on the way. So now the top 2, and what a top 2. It's worth remembering the Asian and world record held by Rahal Rostami is 241. Mohsen going here for 228. This actually has been the World Cup that's had most world records set at it. Normally the ones with the strongest fields, normally the ones with the biggest fields. We also have got coming up this year Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt, the end of March, Pattaya in Indonesia in April, Cancun in Mexico at the end of May. And it was due to be Manchester wrapping up, but instead it's now Tbilisi in Georgia, the final World Cup in June, ahead of the Paralympic Games, August into September. Mohsen is currently 3rd in the race to Paris. He's safely in that. Rostami, Mohsen 235, Rostami 237, Gu 238 in terms of what they lifted during the qualifying period. Rasul Mohsen 228 to go into the gold medal position in Dubai with 1 round to go. And he's got it up. Good. And he's got the lift. 2-1 in his favour. It's just the left-hand side referee voted him down in the body and the press, but clean bill of health from the other 2 referees, and that's all he needed. 2-1 he gets it, and he goes into the gold medal position. 228. Very, very nice lift. Ran through this very well. No strappings needed for him. Little bit of shake that the left-hand side referee wasn't happy with in terms of the body, but he got it.
Representing China, Xiaopei Go.
And Gu Xiaofei is the last up in this second round, 229. His best lift. As you see, 238 has him 3 kilos off Rostami's world record of 241. He's a very impressive competitor. Impressively competitive. We're seeing that between him and Rasul Mohsen. Firmly in the balance as to who's going to get the gold medal out of this. So Gu Xiaofei, Asian Games champion, Asia-Oceania champion. He lifted 231 for the World Championship silver across Dubai last year. Lifted 238 for the Asian Games record. Good lift, good lift. He's done well there. He's done brilliantly, I have to say. He's made that work impressively at 229, so that is a 9 off his Asian Games record set in Hangzhou. got the bar addressed and got the bar lifted, and he leads by 1. And remember, there are total lift medals to be aimed for as well. But that was very, very effective.
For the third
So Gu leads
final
229.
representing
Brazil almost in 228.
Yashin Bek
That's the race for gold and a big race for bronze as well. Which Yashinbek Altiev is now not going to be involved in because he's aiming for 189, a new lifetime best, but that would not be the required 192 that he would need to get above Matt Harding into the bronze medal position. Time for a new photo. He's still got, actually the clock has stopped at 90 seconds. That's the hold up for the moment. So Harding is up into 8th position, 191 in terms of the race to Paris. Correa is going to try and match that. Harding's going to try and add on to it. There's a technical stop at the moment because the clock is not running. But he's primed and ready for it. He has already set a lifetime best already today in the opening round of 186. Missed 188 last time, going for 188 again now.
For the third and final attempt, representing Uzbekistan.
And they'll
Yashin
reset the
Bek
clock and away he'll go. So Yashinbek Altiev going for 188. This would put him above Ailton Benter de Souza. It would match Ezekiel Correa, who's 4th, so Altiev aiming for 5th. And for a new lifetime best, and he would be 3 kilos off 8th spot of the 8 automatic qualifiers for Paris and the Paralympic 8s. It's the only men's competition on day 1. Now he's got that raised, which was not the case last time, but how tidy was it? Not quite enough. It's 2 and against on the press. From the left-hand side referee, which as I say is our view, our angle, and the centre referee too.
Loaders, please load the bar to 190.
A struggle to keep it in control on the way up. This is actually the view from the angle of the referee who gave it. And it doesn't look too bad from that angle, but certainly with the naked eye it wasn't tidy. Problems with the equal press.
For the third and final attempt, representing Brazil, easing all.
And the bar has to move in an upward motion through. He got the press done in the end. So Ezekiel Correa for Brazil, aiming for 191. Again, a lifetime best it would be. So he's got 186 and 188 so far. This would put him into the lead in the total lift. If he gets this, it would be a lifetime best. He would match Matt Harding on 191, which means he actually stays 4th. And it would put him 9th in the road to Paris, which would be just off the automatic places. But in saying that, there's another World Cup coming up in the Americas in Cancun. And he's really had problems with that altogether. And tell you what, the spotters came in straight away. I think he gave a little yell saying, take it, or the equivalent thereof, and that was it. They did do that. Got stuck on the way up. So Correa doesn't add to his lifetime best, and he is not able to match Matt Harding. 188 though, 1 kilo off his lifetime best, and right now he's 3 kilos off the 8th place position. That's already been achieved today by Matt Harding in the race to Paris.
For the third and final attempt,
And that was the end of that.
representing Brazil.
And that was
Elton
the
Bento de Souza.
lift terminated. So, no joy for Ezequiel Correa. Here's his teammate Elton Bento de Souza of Brazil. Heat 2 going for 191, and it's as you were. Everything we said about the last lift applies to this also. And I can only imagine it is because we're in lifetime best territory for these four that Correa and Bento have not actually gone for 192, which would put them above Matt Harding. 191 doesn't do it for them. It equals Harding, but they take their position below him because Harding got to 191 first. 192 would put them above, both in terms of this competition and the race to Paris. But this would be a lifetime best for Elton anyway at 191, and it's not going to happen today. So he misses out as well at that mark. He's not far off it. He's not far off the total at the very least. So misses all the way so far in this final round. They've pushed themselves as much as they can go. Bento has had 2 attempts at a new lifetime best of 191 and not got them. Altiev, Correa and Harding have all set new lifetime best today. Nah, he was... As soon as that bar starts sticking, and even more so once it starts going downwards, end of lift.
For the third and final attempt, representing Great Britain, Matthew Harding.
So for Britain, Matt Harding, he has the bronze medal at this Fazza World Cup in Dubai. It is the 13th Powerlifting World Cup in the 15th year of the Fazza competitions across all the sports. So bronze in Tbilisi last year, which was just about the end of April. So 192, having lifted a new lifetime best, 1 kilo lighter than that in round 2. This for another lifetime best, and is in a good position right now in terms of Paris. So the qualification is you have to be in 2 World Cups this year, 2 qualifying events, and obviously be in the top 8 to be an automatic qualifier, and he is in that now. Actually, this being the... I know he's... There, he's back again in the list. This being his 2nd World Cup. Actually wasn't on the list until he got that lift of 191, so he's completed a lift at his 2nd World Cup of this sequence. So 192, aiming for another lifetime best.
Good.
And the European champion has got it! All 3 lifts in. And right now, Harding leads the total lift too. He's broken his lifetime best twice. It is bronze in the Fazza World Cup in Dubai for him. And it is 8th in the race to Paris for him as well right now. He's just done a magnificent job of it. He has improved brilliantly since he came onto the international championship circuit in 2021. He kept everything stable and he got the requisite lift done. 192. As we always say, there are a lot of exemptions as well, and the arms the main exemption for him. So now, with Matt Harding taking the bronze, the battle is on for gold. Rasul Mosen currently in the silver medal position. 228 going here for 233. It's only 2 kilos off what he's achieved in terms of the race to Paris and the Paralympic Games. He's still only 36, Rasul Mosen, turned 36 a couple of months ago. Silver in 2 Paralympic Games, Rio 2016, and before that, Beijing in 2008. Bronze in the World Championships last year, his first World Championship medal in 13 years, since the silver in 2010 in Kuala Lumpur. So to take the lead, to add 5 kilos onto his previous mark, 233, Rasul Mosen to go into the gold medal position. Well, can he make that work? He's got the bar raised well. He's done brilliantly there, and he's got the lift. 2-1 in his favour. Rasul Mosen goes in front. 233.
34 kilograms, rack height 13.
Only 1 lift to go in the competition. And this was just a fantastic effort. A great amount of strength put into it, effort, full stop. Kept it clean, got the bar raised well, locked it out, 233.
For the third and final attempt, representing China.
He can be
Xiao
overtaken.
Fei Go.
And Gu Xiaofei of China going for 234. Quick point to be made, by the way, if he does get this, the powerlift can come into play. But by that stage, they would both, if they wish to go for a world record, and I'm just wondering if that's too big a leap today. Gu going for the gold. Rasul Mosen's successor as Asia, Oceania and Asian Games champion. Mosen actually won bronze, by the way, in the Asian Games in Hangzhou a few months ago. And this man took the honours. 239, that new Asian Games record. Go for gold.
No.
Oh, he's missed it! 2-1 against on the body sequence, and Rasul Mosen gets the victory in Dubai. Rasul Mosen wins the Fazza World Cup. Gu misses out. It was the stop sequence from the center and the right side referee, and this is the right side view. Watch the stop. It needed more than that. And Gu is denied the gold. He was confident for it. He thought he was going to get it, but he did not. Still waiting on stage to see if there will be a power lift, but I personally doubt it.
This is now the conclude.
And that's the end of that.
competition in the
Razul
men's
Mohsin
80
gets
category.
the gold.
Thank you very much for your attention and please
233.
for the victory
He was
ceremony,
the
which will
only
follow shortly.
one beyond the 200s to get all the lifts in. Mohsin gets the gold, Gu the silver, Matt Harding the bronze medal, and because of Gu's lift that was missed right at the end, Matt Harding takes the silver in the total lift. Mohsin the gold in that, Harding the silver, and Bayram Geldi Saprov of Turkmenistan gets the bronze as he got all of his lifts in Group B. And that is the power and the strength and the importance now of the total lift. Victory ceremony is on the way. So the victory ceremony then for this men's 80 kilo final, and a very, very good competition. And the medals will be presented by the president of Saudi Weightlifting and Powerlifting Federation and the Asian Weightlifting General Secretary, Mohammed Al Harbi.
The medal will be presented by His Excellency Mohammed Al Harbi, President of Saudi Weightlifting Federation, and
The backdrop you'll see, by the way,
Secretary IWF EB.
slightly different to last time. You might remember last time we were in Dubai for the World Cup 2 years ago. There is Mohammed Al Harbi, by the way, aforementioned. They had that Dubai skyline all lit up. Looked really good, actually. As does that, of course.
Bronze medalist representing Iraq, Mohsen.
So bronze for Great Britain, for Matt Harding.
Matthew Harding.
192, his new lifetime best, and he is now 8th in terms of the rankings going into the Paralympic Games. Puts him in a strong position. The European champion he is. And this time, having missed out on his last lift, it is silver for the Asian Games champion, Gu Xiaofei.
Good. Second round.
He is the first to have won an Asian Games gold through the powerlift, as Rustami was ahead of him at the end of the third and normally final round, but they both went for record lifts. Gu got his, Rustami actually went to break the world record and didn't. So it's silver for Gu and gold for Rasul Mohsin of Iraq. Lifted 233 in the final round. Gu missing out 234, having cleared 229 in the second round.
السيدات والسادة الفائزون بالميدالية.
And he wins the total lift as well. Harding gets the silver in the total lift, but it is Rasul Mohsin who wins for Iraq. It is a significant victory in Paralympics year for Rasul Mohsin. Takes the gold for Iraq. Gu Xiaofei the silver for China, and Matt Harding the bronze for Great Britain. And a reminder, the 1, 2, 3 in terms of the total lift, Mohsin takes that, Harding the silver. And the bronze going down into Group B, Saparov of Turkmenistan. Women's 41 kilo final gets underway in about 12 minutes. So I'd make a quick cuppa if I were you. Actually, I'd make a quick cuppa if I was me, and I am. Back soon.